Holy snot, man. Y'all ever had a night that was just so vicious that you just don't want to go back to work the next day? That's what I just had. Okay, just finished a 10-hour shift. Let me tell you, things can go wrong. They do. Okay, Murphy's Law. Everything just kept going wrong here. And so I got to weld this thing. I come in to work tonight, or actually at 2:30 this afternoon. I come into work. It's 1 a.m. now, just now getting off. But I come in and one of the bosses say, "Hey man, this is hot. Okay, this has to be done tonight." And I'm like, all right, I'll get on it. And it's a flat seam 18 gauge. If you know anything about metal, flat seaming 18 gauge isn't the easiest thing to do. Okay, it's really, really thin metal, 0.048 inches thick, really thin, and it warps really easy. And to melt stainless steel, you need to have 1500-degree temperature. And so that causes it to warp. It's really difficult to deal with sometimes. Anyway, I'm halfway decent at it though, so I said I'd take care of it. Because I'm kind of old school welder, I cranked the amps up to 150 and then I just let my foot find the amperage I should be using for this, probably around 40, 60, whatever you want to use for 18 gauge anyway. I get to the second to last corner and I step on my pedal and it gets stuck on, just full blast, 150 amps right into that corner, and just fries a hole in it. And I'm like, oh my God, that did not just happen. I'm so pissed at this point, okay? I'm almost done with this thing. I've been on this thing for hours. I'm almost done with it, and I just blew a hole out in the corner. I'm like, okay, just go get the last corner done, then come back to this and figure out how to fix it. So I go to the next corner, but my pedal is no good. So I go change the batteries, okay? Because I don't want any more problems with the freaking pedal going wrong. So I go swap out the batteries, and I get down and I get ready to do that last corner, and sure enough, I step on that pedal. It wasn't the batteries, all right? Stupid pedal's broke, and it turns full blast, and I blow out a second corner. And I'm like, okay, this can't get much worse, all right? So I got to go get the laser guy to turn on the $2 million laser, stop it in the middle of its run, and cut me this thing out again, which he's already cut out. I go back to the laser and I'm like, where's my laser guy? I don't have a laser guy. I check the records and sure enough, he's not here. You gotta be freaking kidding me. So I can't cut this thing out. I need to cut this thing out so I can send it to the press so they can bend it up so I can re-weld everything. And I don't have a laser guy to cut it out. Wouldn't think it could get much worse than that, right? Sure it can. The big boss calls. Hey, you're gonna have that done for me, right? Yeah, about that, boss. It's got 2 giant holes in it at the moment. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I messed up, man. It's got 2 big old holes in it. And first he said who was welding it. And I'm like, well, the unfortunate part is it was me. He's like, what the hell happened, man? And I'm like, my pedal got stuck, man. Twice. And he's like, well, get the laser dude to cut it out. Well, that's the thing, boss. I ain't got a laser guy. Okay. And he's like, you gotta be kidding me, Joey. I need this done, man. And I'm like, I can go try and chop this off and cut it by hand, maybe with some sort of shear and all that stuff and wing it. And he's like, I don't know, just get it freaking done. He calls like an hour later. He's like, it's done. Yeah, it's not going well, boss. It's not going well at all. Okay. And he's like, figure it out. I'm having a beer. He just hangs up on me. And he goes to do whatever he's doing. I did the best I could, boss. Okay, threw it up there on his desk. He's gonna find out at 5 a.m. That's probably not gonna work. It might work. It's really close to working, okay? But I'm done working on it. It's 1 a.m., man. It's just everything's gone wrong. So I'm going home. I gotta wake up in 4 hours so I can get chewed out by the boss, okay? It's been a long day. And it just kept getting worse, yo.